It's been a long time. It's been a while since I did my last review, but, well, first of all, Happy New Year, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I certainly did. But today is actually the first of many videos just like this one. So, instead of just doing my regular reviews where I take like one figure and just, blabber on and on and on about it for the whole video, and, I'm going to stop doing dedicated videos to individual figures, and instead I'm going to be doing something a little different. So the videos are going to be longer now, and they're going to be part of this new review scheme that I deemed Figure Friday. Very, very corny, but, it's in theme with the channel. But today, we're taking a look at the first 3 figures in this Figure Friday, because I have tons of figures to review. But before that, we're going to be taking a look at all the boxes of all the figures that I got over the last couple months, and just give you a bit of a preview of what's to come. First up, we have the Asphyxian Prison Guard, Canox Verl, Cad Bane, Pike Soldier, High Warden Slog, Astrominotarum Connoisseur, the Asphyxian Block Commander, Kragnar, Subulba, Parallaforce Combat Greedo, Pondababa, and finally Dr. Evazan. And aside from that, well, there is one last thing. Hasbro Live, which happened a couple of days ago, was absolutely amazing. I mean, the fact that we got Watto and the Geonosian in the same stream was fantastic. I've already pre-ordered those guys, so expect reviews on those whenever I get them. Probably release day, because I bought them from Amazon, so they usually ship the day of release. But anyways, it is time to get in the review. So today we're having a look at Dr. Evazan, Parallaforce Combat Greedo, and Pondababa. So if you haven't noticed, there's already a theme with this little collection. These are obviously all from the Mos Eisley Cantina. These are the only Cantina figures I have thus far, because obviously there's Momar Nando and Figure and Dan that I need to get as well, but probably just do that for a future video. But first up, let's take a look at Pondababa. So here's Pondababa, and he looks great. First of all, obviously very happy that we did end up getting him in the line. Got him a couple of years ago now, but he's very cheap. He was a major peg warmer, as are most of these really obscure characters. But as of as of late, stuff like Momar Nando and, well, Watto recently as well, he sold out really quickly on Amazon, or at least the pre-orders did, which was really strange. And then Momar Nando is actually selling for more than his retail price on eBay, but you can still get him for retail in other places. But he looks well, Pondababa looks fantastic. He's got really nice sculpt. Obviously, he's got tons of reuse. The legs, I think, are Celebration Luke's legs. So he's got really outdated articulation with, thigh swivel and double knees. Luckily, he has deep cut arms, which is really nice. His blaster is reuse, I think. And I think the holster is reuse, as far as I can tell. He might have a new torso, but again, it's got like a cut further up. Whereas obviously the new figures have a cut at the waist, not at about halfway point of the chest. Of course, I mean, the new stuff is his hands, which are really nicely molded there. They look good. Jesus, this is not focusing. Yeah, God. Oh, whatever. Yeah, he's got his hands there, and they're nicely, furry, and, well, these are his kind of human hands. Obviously, if you are kind of a Star Wars, geek, you will know that In the cantina, they accidentally, well, in some shots he has these human-like hands, specifically when he gets his arm chopped off. But then in the wide shot, he actually just has his, like, walrus flippers. Again, I mean, the head is very nice. He's got very nice glossy eyes. Really nice paint on his head as well. Really nice, like, detail on his head. Nice texturing, if you will. Speckling and stuff on top of his head there. Definitely turned out nice. Good God. There we go. It's a little bit better. I mean, articulation, he's got a pinned shoulder, single, elbow, lateral hinge on the wrists. Again, that is obviously on both sides. He's got a decent crunch, very loud. Double knees, hinge at the ankles, thigh swivel, and ball joint on the top of the leg. Again, I mean, the thigh swivel is nice, but, you know, not the best. Now, as far as I can tell, his jacket is new, and his head is new, and as I mentioned, his legs are from Celebration Luke. And then, obviously, you have his holster here, which is quite nice. Obviously, it holds his blaster quite nicely there. So you get that out there. And there's his blaster. It's got, you know, kind of a maroon handle. And then some decent paint. I mean, hey, it's better than what we get nowadays. Let's be real, we don't really get any paint on any accessories, really, anymore. Speaking of, you know, paint, he does actually have some nice weather around his jacket. And also, speaking of his jacket, it is a lot darker of an orange, but on camera it looks super, like, bright orange for some reason. I don't know why that is. And also, yeah, these are definitely Celebration Luke's legs. You can see the kind of ridging that would be painted yellow going down his legs. I think these arms are reused, maybe also from Celebration Luke. I mean, they definitely blend in with his jacket nicely, which again is nicely molded. Looks quite good. Just got a close up his ass. But yeah, no, his head is really nicely textured, which unfortunately does not show up on camera. I think he's actually got a nice wash around into his, like, most beard. And again, his eyes are really nice and shiny. But yeah, that's probably about it for Ponda Baba. I mean, he looks great. Next up, Evazan. Dr. Cornelius Evazan. So, I mean, just by looking at him, you can tell how old his arms are. I mean, it's horrid. If you look, the articulation is appalling on him. Fucking ratcheted shoulder. I mean, the elbow's horrific. Again, double... Jesus, that is really stiff. Try the other side. Double knees, which don't even go up that far because he's got really baggy trousers. He's got thigh swivel. I mean, he just looks quite old, which is unfortunate because he's not, you know, a majorly old figure. He's got a nice new jacket, which has the holster attached. He also has a... So, what they've done, actually, is they have reused this bottom part of the torso, but then they've made a new, like, upper torso piece so that it fits with this body and these legs. And so he's got, you know, his chest exposed there, which is... He's extremely pale on camera. He is, you know, a lot, well, more pink in person. He's got some nice stubble around his mouth, which isn't really showing up. He's got a really nice head sculpt. It's great. I mean, fun fact about Evazan, that actually, you know, these injuries were sustained because of a bounty hunter, you know, attempting to, well, claim his bounty. Of course, he is a, well, infamous plastic surgeon for, you know, infamously messing with his patients. Got some nice pouches. Again, it would have been nice to have some like paint on the buckles and stuff, but I mean, he's got paint on his belt buckle, which is nice. He also has some pretty nice weathering, considering we basically never get weathering anymore. So I'm happy he has some weathering on his jacket there. And also, fun fact about Ponda Baba here, the reason there was actually, well, they made a canonical reason for why his, arm was actually bleeding after it was chopped off by a lightsaber. It's actually to do with, like, the way his blood, I don't remember, some kind of, like, scientific word. But it's to do with, like, the way his blood, like, I don't know. But yeah, it's to do with the way his, like, anatomy and his, like, blood works, so that when, you know, Aqualish are actually injured by lightsabers, they actually bleed, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyways, back to Evazan. Speaking of his jacket and his holster, let's actually have a look at his blaster. So, he's got a very unique blaster, but, you know, I mean, this is more traditional Black Series, no paint at all. Just solid plastic blaster. I mean, it serves its purpose. It's a nice mold. It's a very interesting looking gun. Which, I mean, fits. Because Evazan is quite a peculiar looking character. But anyways, with that, we are now on to Greedo. In my opinion, even though Greedo is the oldest figure here, he's definitely the best. So here he is. Now he has very, very interesting elbows. So if you look at his elbows, they have a very, very short cut in them. And so that they go forward about a right angle, but they have it on the back too. So you can get almost 90 degrees going backwards, which is interesting. I mean, I guess if you wanted to have him like posed as if he's got busted arms, that's pretty cool. But, I mean, that's basically the only odd articulation he's got. Look at his head there. He's got a really nice Rhodian head. A very nice head, to be honest, for the time. I mean, he's honestly aged really nicely, considering he was in, like, probably the second wave of Black Series. He has a really nice, like, dark wash all over his body, which looks great. He's got I mean, look at the nice leather detailing on his holster. He obviously has those traditional Rhodian hands with the really long fingers. I mean, his trigger figure hand looks very strange. Another thing I don't like is his hinge. He hinges side to side, not up and down, which is what I would have really liked, because you can't really get him in a good, like, pointing his blaster at you pose, which is annoying. Another thing, the thigh swivel is basically non-existent. I don't know why. I mean, he has thigh swivel. It's extremely difficult to do, and, you know, I'm always worried I'm going to snap his legs off, trying to, well, actually utilize that bit of articulation. I think it's because they have, obviously, his, like, the stripes going down his legs painted, so I think that's why. But either way, he's obviously new, all of his sculpt is obviously unique to him, head to toe, which is really great. Let's have a look at his blaster. And his blaster is definitely the best out of all the figures that we've had a look at, because it's actually nicely painted. We have a look here. Some nice silver on there. Some nice airbrushing. Quite a nice mold as well. Obviously a brand new, unique mold for Greedo, which looks very, very cool. Really like that sculpt. And then we can obviously see it in his hand. And yeah, I mean, pretty limited articulation. You can definitely see why you would want to have that hinge going up and down, but you can still get a decent pose. And also, I was mentioning this on Ponda Baba and Everzan, but he actually has painted little spots there. And also, the crazy thing is the paint on his belt goes all the way around to the back. Same with little dots of paint. It really shows the quality of the original Black Series figures. Honestly, he's probably the best out of all 3 of the figures we've had a look at today. I also really like his eyes. They look really cool. Very accurate, I mean, in my opinion. Of course, we could definitely get a better Greedo today. But the fact that we have, you know, this is over 10 years old at this point, it's genuinely astounding. Like, this is a great figure. I mean, yeah, get him some deep cut elbows, maybe a new head and some new legs, and I think he would fit right in with modern Black Series, to be honest. But yeah, so that is it for the 3 figures. Or is it? Because we, you know, obviously I mentioned Figure Friday, and a new thing we're going to be able to look at on the channel are customs. So, this is my very first custom figure. Oh my god, what is going on? Bro. That is really strange. His eyes are orange in person, and they do not look orange on camera. That's really peculiar. Well, that should be fixed now. No, it isn't. Oh, whatever. Anyways, I mean, the eyes are supposed to be orange. I mean, they are in person, so I have no idea why they're not on camera. They look grey. But yeah, this, I mean, if you've seen my previous videos, you will know that this is the Cowcaster's multi-pack body. Well, I mean, yeah, head to toe. Obviously, his head is 3D printed, same with his hands, and then obviously I painted his forearms, hands, and head. Well, I painted his neck. He's got the Cowcaster's blaster in his hand there. So I'll take that off. So you can see I made a hot glue joint, so you can actually remove the hand, but, you know, rip up the paint if I try and remove the gun, but, you know, I mean, that's just the standard Cowcaster's blaster. I mean, let's have a look at that amazing head. Now, I did not 3D print this. I bought it from eBay. The head was obviously unpainted when I purchased it. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be purchasing my own 3D printer. And I'm going to be constructing a, like, Jabba's Palace display. So I'm going to print out, you know, Ephon Mon, Hermiodor, I mean, all those characters from Jabba's Palace, all the background characters, you know. And I will be selling them on eBay as well, so if anybody wants to purchase any 3D printed Jabba's Palace figures, now, they will not be painted, they'll just be, you know, unpainted 3D prints, because obviously they'd be very expensive if I was selling them fully painted, because it would take ages to paint each one. I'll be doing them on commission, so I'll have a set price on there, obviously, and then I'll have an option, so you'll be able to, so I'll make them for you in 3.75, 1/12, and 1/6. And I mean, if you make any specific request, like 1/10, or, you know, 1/16, I'll do that as well. But what I'll do is, the price, let's say we do Hermiodor, right? So for that, probably I would say 25 to 30, depending on, you know, the scale. So yeah, let's just say the 1/12 is 30. So then the 1/18 would be 15, and the 1/6 would be 60. And then obviously if you wanted 1/10, I'll have to divide it accordingly. But I'll make it the exact price. So I'm not going to try and, like, scam you out your money, obviously. I will make it, you know, exact to how much that would cost, you know, compared to obviously how much the 1/12 or whatever scale costs. Anyways, as usual, we'll be taking a look at all the figures together, and then we will, well, end the video. Lands together. Again, stay tuned for more videos. I'll be taking a look at probably Cosmic Regions next week, because I have tons of those to review. And I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like or subscribe. I mean, I feel like it's a little rude for me to ask you, so obviously, if you don't want it, that's completely fine. And yeah, that's probably about it for this video. And for Watto and the Geonosian, I will be getting those reviews out as soon as possible. So instead of reviewing it on Friday, I mean, if I get them on Friday, that's nice. But I'll be reviewing them the day I get them, just so I can, you know, get the review out for you guys as quickly as possible. But again, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to, you know, like or whatever. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!